The 2017 elections went quite well for Democrats. The party won the Virginia and New Jersey governors' races, far outperformed expectations by picking up at least 15 seats in Virginia's State House, and won a special election that gave them control of Washington's state Senate. All this, however, was effectively an appetizer when compared to the real main event, the 2018 midterms. Next year's midterms will offer the first nationwide referendum on Donald Trump's presidency. The whole House of Representatives, a third of the Senate, and most governorships will be at stake, along with hundreds of state legislative seats and local offices around the country. The better Democratic candidates perform, the more strength they'll have to block legislation or nominees they don't like in Trump's third and fourth years. Furthermore, the results of the 2018 midterms will have an enormous impact on the course of U.S. politics for the next decade, because the once-a-decade redistricting process is coming up. In most states, the governor and state senators who win in 2018 will serve four-year terms and still be in office when the redistricting process takes place in 2021 and 2022. The maps they draw for U.S. House and state legislative districts will be in place through 2030. So the stakes are quite high. But especially after Tuesday's sweep, Democrats feel that they have the wind at their backs, for a few reasons. One, the historical pattern strongly suggests that the president's party is predisposed to face midterm difficulties. Two, Trump's approval is remarkably low for a new president, and low approval is associated with poor midterm performance. Three, Democrats think their base is energized, which can contribute to recruitment of strong candidates, fundraising, and turnout. Still, Democrats also face some very serious challenges, particularly in their effort to retake Congress. The Senate map is so mind-bogglingly awful for them that retaking the chamber in 2018 seems like a major stretch. The House map is also slanted in Republicans' favor, due in part to gerrymandering and in part to geography, as are many state legislative districts. Of course, all this is still a year away, and much can change in that time. But here's how to think about the party's challenges and opportunities for 2018 midterms at this point. The incumbent president's party has historically been disadvantaged in the midterms. One starting point for understanding how midterms usually work, and why we should expect Trump to have a hard time, is that it's been tough for the president's party to do well. Historically, this is how the House midterms have gone for presidents. The mean result for a president's party in post-war midterms is a loss of 25 House seats. The median result is a loss of 22 seats. Next year, Republicans need to lose at least 24 seats to lose the House. In 16 out of those 18 midterms, the president's party has lost House seats. In those two midterms where the president's party actually gained seats in the House, 1998 and 2002, they gained a relatively small number, 5 and 7 seats, respectively. Meanwhile, the upper bound for midterm losses for the president's party in the House has been massive. Democrats lost 63 seats in 2010 and 54 in 1994, while Republicans lost 49 seats in 1974. There are far more examples of double-digit House losses than there are of single-digit ones. The most recent three midterm elections, 2006, 2010, and 2014, have all been wave elections in which there was a backlash against the president's party. Due to partisanship and the prevalence of straight-ticket voting, Senate and governor results tend to go in the same direction as House races. There's more variation there, though, because not all of those seats are up in every midterm. Yet while the overall trend is unmistakable, the exact reasons for it aren't entirely clear. It's not as simple as people becoming disillusioned with the new president once he's in office, since most presidents do go on to get re-elected. Perhaps a president's supporters naturally become more complacent about the state of things when he's not on the ballot and certain to spend another 2 years in office, while his critics naturally become energized and eager to express their displeasure with the administration in whatever way they can. In any case, the history suggests an uphill battle for Trump and Republicans in 2018. There are some years in which the president's party has effectively managed to fight to a draw or close to it in House races, but those years have tended to be rare. Presidents with bad approval ratings usually do badly in the midterms, and Trump's approval rating is bad. Now, in looking for what separates mediocre midterm years for a president from disastrous ones, one big factor jumps out: presidential approval. The historical trend is for presidents with high approval around midterm time to either keep their party's House losses relatively small or